Chapter 7, Flash in the Pan. You've arrived in Tokyo at the new izaka you have to make over for the ever-influent taste of the world. You mail around nervously on the side of the set waiting for filming to start. Zara's ultimatum resonates in your thoughts. Either you do your job and stir the pot with Everett, or I'll find someone else who can. And find someone else. Either, well, I can't afford to lose this job, but I don't want to provoke Everett for drama. Everett emerges from the kitchen and steps up beside you. Interesting place for those comic book posters. Looks more like a cafe than in a bookshop than a restaurant. That's because Kinshin Sha used to be a cafe. Two men join your group along with Julia. When we bought this place, we kept the general aesthetic. My brother and I are really into superhero comics. Sorry to interrupt, but I have two gentlemen to introduce you to. The current owners of Kinshin Sha, Yosuke and Kaito Ichikawa. I'm the manager, and handle everything there is to handle on the business side of things. My brother here is the chef, for as long as that pleases the new owner, anyway. New owner? He starts in a week. It's been a source of contention between me and my brother. Kaito purses his lips silently as the crew sets up filming. Everett leans toward you, noticing your anxious expression. Everything okay? You seem worried. It's nothing. Just some creative differences with Zara. Oh yeah, what's she doing this time? When Everett starts to turn his glare on Zara, you wave your hand, downplaying it with a smile. She's very particular about what she wants. You know how it is. Still, in a way, it was me warning him. That's why I chose that one versus the love one. Alright everyone, we're getting started. Action! Kaito and Yosuke, tell us about what kind of food you make here. Well, this is izakaya. People come here to drink, and we make small plates to go with it. The house specialties are kushiaga and okonoyakamaya, deep-fried skewers and savory pancakes. Sounds delicious. Exactly the sort of food you want to eat on a night out. The locals seem to like it. But only the locals. As far as we can tell, we're not drawing in new customers. That's why I took action. I could see we were in trouble, so we had to do something different. And the business wasn't letting some businessmen swoop in and take this place from out from under us. Tell us about this new owner. He's a good man. He owns a few other restaurants in the ward, and has the money to buy us time. We'll stay on as manager and chef. This place was ours, Aniki. We started this together, but here you are giving up and giving everything away at the first sign of hardship. That's not true. Then why didn't you even ask me about bringing in another owner? You set the meeting. You made the deal. You didn't include the chef in the decision-making? Not because I knew Kaito wouldn't like it, but we couldn't keep going the way we were. I think that you should have involved Kaito in your decision. You're co-owners and co-founders. It seems like the right thing to do. Exactly my point. I knew Kaito would dig his heels in. He doesn't want to try anything new. I had to do this for the greater good. Hold on. If you have a new owner with deep pockets, why did you call us here? He could fix this himself. I called your show because I needed help getting Kaito on board. He's determined to make this transition difficult. I don't want to compromise our vision to appeal to tourists. If we do, we'll push away our regulars. Yeah, it sounds like it's important that you keep the creative control. The new owner could undo all the show's work. Either one. I'm gonna go with creative control. I would too, in your shoes. Kinshin Sha is your creation, but if you prove their place is a great investment, he'll let you run things as before. It's a big assumption. We might not know the guy, but it'll definitely make a good impression that you're taking initiative. If you can come up with a great concept, boost business before he takes over, this place will still feel like yours. That's exactly what I was hoping for. New owner, no. We'll do what we can to get your restaurant back in good shape. I'll leave the makeover plans to all of you. I thought we could work on this together. Why? You'll do what you want no matter my opinion, right? Same as always. With a dismissive gesture, Kaido strides out of the restaurant, letting the door slam behind him. I'm sorry for my brother's behavior. He just needs to cool down. I can't blame him for being angry, though. None of this was his call. I wish he'd understand that I was looking out for him. It's my job as his brother and manager. I'm sure you'll both come to an understanding. How about we table this for tonight? Let's start work tomorrow, when we're all level-headed. After a muted goodnight, Yosuke slips away from the cameras. Everett scoffs, shaking his head in annoyance. We stepped right into a steaming mess, didn't we? If you ask me, their relationship is what really needs to be fixed. They're both so stuck in their own heads, neither can see each other's point of view. They need to come to an understanding, otherwise this won't work. I think we need to make it clear they both want the same thing, for the business to survive, and so they can keep doing what they love. How? When they have different ideas of how to do that. That's the question. Either way, we can't fix this place while they're still upset with each other. Everett sighs and makes his way to the door. I'm gonna try to talk to Kaido down privately. He glares at Zara as if warning her not to follow. Fine, just make sure he plays along tomorrow. I'll see if I can get through to Yosuke, too. If they can stand to be in the same room together, it'll be a start. That's a wrap for today. Bring your A game tomorrow, people. As the crew disperses, Vivian approaches you looking a little thrown. That was quick. We barely just got here. Hopefully the brothers will be ready to film tomorrow. We can't have too many delays. After filming, you and the crew file on the sidewalk outside of scouting the different food stalls for dinner. Well, looks like we have plenty of options. They all smell delicious. What do you say, boss? Come and eat with the team? Boss? Are you talking to me? No, he's talking to the goldfish. Who else would I be talking to? Vivian casts you a bewildered glance and you nod encouragingly. Sure, we're in. Who said we? No, this is your gig. I think Jimmy and I'll grab food at the hotel buffet. See you all tomorrow, though. As the two builders go off, Hudson smiles encouragingly at Vivian. Don't worry, Hernandez. They'll come around. After picking your food, you settle in at a cozy table on the sidewalk. So, Hudson, how are you enjoying Taste of the World so far? Feeling like a seasoned TV vet? Nah, I wouldn't say that. But these guns have lifted some heavy beams in their day, let me tell you. He flexes his muscles. Vivian winds her eyes. I bet. Wait, is he trying to hit on her? I will say, TV ain't so different from the working, normal, contracting projects. The most annoying thing remains the same. I know what it is. It's the clients changing their minds. At the last minute. Right on. Vivian smiles, looking, to your amazement, completely bashful. You two are total design nerds. Can we talk about something? I know about? Like food, for instance? Come on, Lucy, give the design team some time in the limelight. Yeah, give up, Adams. You're outnumbered her. You all dig into your tekiyoki, and Vivian admires the tall buildings in the distance. I've always wanted to visit Tokyo. It's a perfect blend of historic architecture and modern cityscapes. That's what I was thinking. It's on my bucket list to visit the Tokyo Tower before we leave. That's inspired by the Eiffel Tower, right? They repaint it every 5 years, and it takes a whole year. You know it? Hey, I got the best idea. Why don't the three of us check it out after dinner? Oh, I don't know. I have so much work to catch up on. Oh, and why do I get to be a third wheel? Think of it this way. Maybe visiting the tower will give you, some inspiration for our design project. Well, maybe if Lucy's going... Oh! Diamond choice. Help the design team. Whatever. Let's do it. I get to be a third wheel. Yay! Great. It's decided, squad. After you finish your delicious meal, the three of you head out. As you walk towards the metro, you notice Vivian and Hudson sneaking little glances at each other, so you decide to give them a little nudge. Viv, what's the status on your FlixTube channel? Are you still uploading to it, or has it gone on hiatus? I'm taking a little time off, but I haven't officially ended it. It's always been a great escape for me. I used to be terrible at opening up about my feelings, but in my videos I always felt like I could. I try, but most people don't give a shit, so... I said it. What about you, Hudson? What are you passionate about outside of work? Me? I love staying active. Biking, bouldering, things like that. I love making little projects too. I'm a pro at birdhouses. Little visitors in my backyard seem to like them. That's pretty cute, I have to say. The three of you ride the elevator up to the main observatory. Hudson lets out a low, long whistle once you catch the full view of the city. Nice, pretty. Whoa, that's a lot of buildings. You step further onto the observation deck, marveling at how the city lights twinkle beneath you, as far as you can see. It's such a clear night, it's beautiful. Oh, I think Ginza District is right over there. I wonder if we can see the Wacko store from here. That's the Art Deco place, right? Man, I dig that style. As they chatter on about architecture and design, you get the sense you can slip away unnoticed. I'll leave them to it. Welcome to being a third wheel. Then they'll look around and be like, where'd she go? Oh, maybe she got the sense that she was no longer required because she was a third wheel. Basically, this diamond choice was stupid because we just came to be a third wheel. You follow the walkway to the other side of the observatory, enjoying the view as you slip past the tourists. As you stare down into the city streets, watching lines of cars flow through like water, you feel a pool of yearning within you. I don't have to stand here all night alone. I'll bring someone here in spirit. You pull out your phone and scroll through your contacts. Everett. Plus, we can also check up on him, how he's doing. You open up a conversation with Everett and start texting. Guess where I am? Dot, dot, dot. Tokyo. Wow, good guess. 100. I'm at Tokyo Tower with Vivian and Hudson. The view's incredible. That's nice. But shouldn't you be enjoying the night with them? Instead of huddling in a corner with your phone? I'm wishing you were here too. Oh yeah? I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it. I know. But I don't mind hearing it. I think you'd enjoy it up here. There's something magical seeing a city from this high up. I know what you mean. Maybe next time there's a chance for sightseeing, we can go together. I'd like that, if you're serious. I am. Well, then it's decided. You smile, tucking your phone back in your pocket. When you turn to head back to Vivian and Hudson, you see they're already bounding towards you. You were right, Lucy. We were looking all out over the bay, and inspiration hit. It hit big time. Well, what'd you cook up? I'm all ears. The brothers are like the tower. You need all the sides of the tower for it to stand up, just like how they need each other. There's nothing wrong with what they have now. Except the place doesn't have much personality. That's where we come in. Boom, 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 boom. I like what they done. Kaido wants to stay close to his roots, but Yosuke wants to make dramatic changes. There's a way to reconcile both. The new restaurant will look traditional, but modern. Retro, but futuristic. I'll get the best of both worlds, and they'll be stronger for it. I can see it already. And do you think you'll have enough time to put it all together? Vivian and Hudson look at each other with a sly smile. It turns out both of us work best under pressure. Sounds like you two should really get to know one another. I had a feeling you'd be fast friends. We should have done this a lot sooner. In fact, when we get to Morocco, we gotta do this again. Vivian smiles, embarrassed, but pleased. I'd like that. And Vivian, I want to say I'm sorry for how I treated you before. I was oblivious and ignorant about my words and actions. I'm sorry. Start over? Vivian takes his hand and shakes it. I think that's doable, as long as you learn from it. Hey, that's all what change is. Seriously. It's what progression is, where small changes happen and people can start to see eye to eye. Hudson beams at the pair of you and leads the way to the elevator. Vivian grabs your arm, keeping her voice low so he doesn't overhear. Thanks for coming with, Lucy. I was so nervous. I owe you one. Of course. Can't wait to see how the restaurant will turn out now. Vivian grins the whole way back to the hotel where the three of you turn in for the night. Wake up the next morning to a text from Julia. Hope you slept well. We might be able to go sightseeing sooner than you think. What do you mean? We got clearance from Zara to take Yosuke and Kaito out to help them resolve things. Thank God. These scenes will be you and me instead of Zara, one of the interpersonal element. Everett will focus on menu today. We'll meet this afternoon. I'll text you the address. A sumo wrestling match? To your surprise, you end up at the seats of a crowded sumo wrestling arena. Julia slides onto the seat next to you. Not what I expected, but I'm into it. Let's hope Yosuke and Kaito are too. Sometimes you need to visualize things to really get the message. Before you can ask what's going on, the brothers arrive and you all scoot down to make room for them. The cameras start rolling. What's all this about? Gonna throw us in the ring next? If you keep up with your smart-ass attitude, I might. Kaito, please, there's no need to be sarcastic. Julia nods towards the sumo wrestlers. Right now, that's the two of you. You're treating each other as though you're opponents. You're not understanding that you both bring something important to the table. And what's that? Yosuke, you always think ahead. You diagnose the issue and take action. And Kaito... I don't know, you're just kind of a pain in the ass. You aren't afraid to tell it how it is. But it works, because there's intention behind your words. You genuinely care about this restaurant and want it to be the best it can be. The truth of the matter is that the restaurant will fail if the two of you don't work out your issues with each other. You all turn for a moment to focus on the match. The crowd cheers around you as one of the Rishiki shoves his opponent off the mat. Yosuke, you told me earlier that sumo has its roots in Shinto rituals aimed to bring in a good harvest. Let's bring that good harvest to Kenshin-ha. Or Kenshin-sha, sorry. You finish up the evening. The four of you visit a trendy bar in Shinjuku. The brothers fall into contemplative silence until the drinks arrive. I think we should get to the heart of the matter. Yosuke, why did you sell the restaurant? Well, if I hadn't, we would have gone out of business weeks ago. We hadn't been breaking even for months. You didn't even include me in the negotiations, and how do you trust the new owner will do once he takes to control? In my opinion, Kaito, you need to be willing to take a chance. Are you taking a risk with a new partnership? Sure, but it could be a life-changing one. You don't know for sure unless you take the jump. Exactly. The new owner says he wants to honor our vision, and he knows for proposing new ideas to help staff get out of a rut. I'll give it a try at least. This route is better than the alternative. That's all I ask for us to try. Julia raises her cup of sake. To brothers. The brothers smile hesitantly. To brothers. As you all drink, you glance at Julia, whose hazel eyes are glowing with a small victory. Serendipitously, you lean closer to her, sliding your hand over hers where it lies on her thigh. Seems like we nearly avoided World War III today. She looks down in surprise and then tilts her hand to better and clasps yours, her touch warm and inviting. Couldn't have asked for a better negotiator by my side. You're welcome. Back in Shibuya, you all say goodnight to Julia, but the two brothers linger with you on the street to talk about the menu. So, Kaido, do you think you'll be open to experimenting with new dishes tomorrow? It depends on what you and Mr. Flint have planned, but I think I could be amendable. Luck, Lucy. We know it's late, but we actually wanted to teach you how to make the first dish we ever put on the Kenshin Shaw's menu. Think of it as a lesson. The more you learn about us and our style of cooking, the more you'll be able to help us tomorrow. Diamond choice. Learn Kaido and Yosuke's recipe. I'm game. Teach me your recipe. In the restaurant's kitchen, Kaido looks relaxed and cheerful. He waves at you to join him behind the stove. This is our house special. Okonomiyaki. Some people call it savory pancake, but it's a lot more going on than that. It took us more than a few tries to nail it. Did the two of you grow up cooking together? Basically, we were best friends. Were? You know what I mean. We got older, things weren't just play anymore. It became a business, our livelihood got on the line. At least our childhood dream of opening up a restaurant came true in the end. That's true. There's a beat of silence as Kaido prepares the dish, expertly mixing the flour and cabbage mixture, then heating it to a perfect crisp on a griddle. Tell me more about your childhood. I was always getting into scrapes. I'd hang out in game centers after school and get really competitive. If I won, my opponents usually wanted to settle it outside, and if they won, well, let's just say I wasn't pleased about that either. Kaido was always finding trouble. Once he came back home with a black eye and a bleeding lip. I'm the bigger brother, so it's my job to protect him. I forbade him from going to the game center ever again. Entirely? Seems a little extreme. That's what I told him. Sure, we could have dialed back on the fighting, but the games were fun. They were a release. You say I take things too far, but that's exactly what you do too, Yusuke. Well, I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. When the okonomiyaki is finished, try saying that 3 times fast, Yosuke lovingly plates the batch, topping it with green onions, sauce, and bonito flakes. He slides your plate over to you. I get why you wouldn't want to let go of this. It looks delicious. Give it a taste and tell me what you feel. You comply, taking time to note every flavor on your first bite. I love the crunch of the cabbage, the saltiness of the pork belly, the sweetness and creaminess of the sauce. It's a well-rounded experience. The complexity of textures, flavors, and temperatures all come together to create something special. You can see why it's our personal favorite. Pork belly okonomiyaki. Real savory pancake of flour, eggs, tenkatsu, shredded cabbage, and pickled red ginger. Add luscious pork belly slices if desired. Top with okonomiyaki sauce, Japanese mayonnaise, seaweed, green onions, and bonito flakes. Sounds delicious. Wouldn't mind trying it at least once, but I've never had it. And half the crap in it, too. I don't know what the hell it is. I haven't told either of you, but I'm working on a cookbook in my spare time. This might have given me an idea for my own dish. Cabbage is integral to the okonomiyaki, so brassicas could be the focal point. Red ginger tempura instead of red ginger. Garnish with shaved burgundy truffles instead of bonito flakes. And top it all off with a irreplaceable okonomiyaki sauce. Oh my god, say it 3 times fast! Okay, so let's see what this one is. Brassicas and wakame with truffles. Brassicas on a bed of wakame. sprinkled with a rain of rencon, red ginger tempura, cucumber salad, ikura, quail egg, shaved burgundy truffles, okaneyame... At this point, I'm just becoming tongue-tied. Okaneyameki sauce to meld all the flavors together. Like I said, say that 3 times fast. Go ahead, I dare all of you. Good luck. Okay, I wish you the best. Let me know if you actually get to do it 3 times in the first place. Looks like you're running with a great idea. I'm glad we were able to give back to you, even in some small way. There's nothing small about this, trust me. That's one of the greatest things about working on this show. We can all learn from each other. Kaito looks at your plate of okonomiyaki sauce, or... good damn it, I'm thinking of this word. Just shut up. Wistfully. I give up. I give up on the word. Takes a lot of practice, and when you're doing this live, it's like, yeah, no, good luck pronouncing that bitch before you say it. This is why I didn't want to hand the restaurant over. We worked so hard to get here. What if something like this no longer has a place? Yosuke, you promised Kaido that you'll always remember your roots, no matter where the restaurant goes in the future. I promise. These kinds of creations will always exist here. I hope so. I know I'm always looking forward to what comes next, but believe me, our memories cooking these are precious to me. After a moment, Kaito lays a hand on his brother's shoulder. I know they are. A tentative bridge built. The 3 of you finish eating your food, brainstorming excitedly about what could go on the menu. As long as it doesn't have any more of that sauce, I'm fine. The next day, Zara pulls you aside before filming starts. Of course she does. Remember what I said, Lucy. People don't watch Everett Flint to see him play sweet and sentimental. They watch him because he's a loose cannon and a fire starter. It's his brand. All you need to do is add a little fuel to that fire. How about no? Isn't that supposed to be your job? Just go bring up that rival he has. Once the cameras start rolling, you and Everett begin prepping behind Kenshin Shaw's bar counter for the day of menu planning. Izayakis are popular all over the city, but maybe we can set them apart by doing something a little different. What are you thinking? Let's try pairings that also include alcohol from around the world. Some kushiash could go with wine, others with local sake. The artisanal sauces will incorporate the alcohol, a wine reduction, or sake sauce. Sounds great. We can take customers through a really custom journey. What do you want for the omogase sauce or menu? The first course will be prawn and octopus skewers, paired with Nagata sake and a special sake sauce. Miso will fill out the flavor. Everett brushes around excitedly when your spirits dampen, knowing that you're expected to do something to ruin his mood. Delicious. Our vegetable kushiage will pair with the cab sauce. The sauce will have a wine reduction along with the balsamic vinegar, soy sauce, and honey. The perfect balance of acidic, salty, and sweet. This menu sounds like a winner already. I'll work on the kushiage if you handle the sauce. You prep the sauce with a wine base, heating it until the alcohol is evaporated. Once you finish it, Zara clears her throat. I think we could use a little more excitement in here. Lucy, I don't want to delay when the kushiage are rolled out. Heat up the frying oil for me. I'm gonna do what he says. Yes, chef. You immediately make your way to the fryer and heat up the oil as asked. Sheer glare follows you the whole way. Come on, people, do we want the audience to fall asleep watching this? When the skewers have turned golden brown, Everett plates the kushiage and artfully drizzles the sauce over the skewers. Now, we'll have to teach Yosuke and Kaito how to do the same. Cut! When you turn, you catch her glowering at you. Everett ignores her, gesturing for you to taste test, and the richness of the flavors almost makes you forget your worry. Well, how is it? I wouldn't change a thing. That evening, you find yourself pacing around your hotel suite. Either Zara's going to add pressure on me, or Zevret is going to find out that Zara's been what she's been asking. Either way, this isn't good. You take the elevator to the hotel bar, craving a stiff drink, when you spot Everett seated at the counter. He waves you over and pats the seat next to him. Lucy, hey, was it me, or was Zara especially hard to please today? Not more than usual. He orders another round of waters and Japanese whiskey. That's not what let's not think about it anymore. We're off the clock now, and I'd rather enjoy this time with you. Sounds good to me. Everett takes a sip, and then suddenly he freezes, and his gaze flits to somewhere over your shoulder. Everett? You turn to follow his line of sight and spot a tall, elegant-looking woman enter the bar. Okay. Do you know her? But before Everett can respond, the woman looks over in your direction and does a double take. In no time at all, she's right in front of you. Hey, you're looking well. What are you doing here? Why, the surprise. This was always our favorite hotel, as I'm sure you remember. Anyway, I'm in town for business, a venture funding round for my startup. Makes sense. Everett fidgets in a seat, sending an introduction isn't happening anytime soon. You extend your hand. I don't think we've met. I'm Lucy Adams. Nemison Mansour, and I'm an old friend of Everett's. The pair stare at each other. The woman's smile twists, and the way she seems to dissect his every move makes you wonder. You're jolted from your thoughts when she turns to looking you up and down. And who might you be, Lucy? I'm Everett's partner. The woman starts, her eyes widening as she watches you move closer to Everett. Lucy, any other questions? Well, I can see I'm interrupting. I hope you two have a lovely evening. She pauses as she turns to leave, glancing over her shoulder at Everett. Don't be a stranger now. I'm not going to say anything. Just continue. Nope. Nope. If only you'd still be a stranger. I mean, what? Everett watches her leave, a stormy expression brewing. Now is interesting. How do you know? And he stands abruptly. I need some fresh air and stuff in here. I don't like the atmosphere. He finally looks back at you with something like wild hope in his gaze. You can join me if you want. I wanted to walk through the Rokejian Gardens before we head on to the next city. I heard the place is beautiful. It's a top destination for a reason, and I wouldn't say no to some company. Diamond choice. Join Everett in the gardens. Everett gets freaky in every town, you know how it works. I'll join you. It's the perfect night for it. Then let's head out. Upon arrival, you order a matcha at the tea house and settle into the table, watching the trees casting their reflections on the calm waters. See, if I ever visited, like, Japan or any of these places, yeah, no, I would enjoy their local drinks and whatnot. Like, an authentic matcha tea is probably far superior in every single way to the, air quote, matcha tea bags that you can buy in America, because, yes, nothing says American like tea bags that sit in your microwave for like a minute. Anyway, so do you want to talk about what happened back there? Not really. You sure it might ease your mind to talk about it? I'm not a restaurant owner on the show, you know. Everett, I'm just trying to help. He takes a sip of his tea to buy himself some time. I didn't know how to act back there. I couldn't even get a read on her. She seemed friendly enough. What? She introduced herself and left us alone when things got too awkward. If she was really so friendly, she would have stayed away. Nasimi and I were engaged. Oh. Okay. You set your tea down, shocked. Everett clenches his jaw and looks away. Engaged when? We were together for 3 years, but it all came crashing down slightly over a year ago. Did you just go apart, or... Everett gives a humorless laugh, gripping his teacup lightly. In a sense, she started drifting first, and then I realized she wasn't the person I fell in love with. How did you come to that conclusion? Oh, I don't know, maybe around the time I realized she'd been having an affair. I see. I'm sorry. That sounds like a really hurtful and shocking betrayal, especially if you really cared about her. I did once upon a time, but Nassim and I are too similar. Hot-headed, stubborn, fire, gasoline. I think I knew deep down that it was never going to work out. It didn't stop it from hurting, though. Do I mind? Do I mind? No joke. Do I like it for a minute there? I'm like, I'm having a stroke. Hold on, let me do my ABCs. Do I mind? Oh my god, Pixelberry, come on, man. I mean, this book's like, it's like 8 months old, give or take. And I'm just now covering it, and you would think they would have fixed something like this, but okay. Oh, man. Okay. Do you mind if I ask who she cheated on you with? Was it someone you were close to or a stranger? His face darkens and he downs the rest of his tea. Let me guess it's his rival. That, I think, is a conversation for another time. Anyway, I never expected to see her again, and definitely not here. You finish the rest of your drinks in contemplative silence, and Everett stands. I bet you it was Zara. Come on, let's see the rest of the gardens. You walk side by side with Everett through the gardens, and taking bridges over the pond and trickling streams. Despite the beauty of the place, you can sense Everett's thoughts are still somewhere far away. In a way, this adds a missing piece to the puzzle. What do you mean? When we were at the bar in Santorini, I was curious as to why you were so vehemently anti-romance. I definitely don't blame you now that I know more. I only hope that you don't give up on love. Of course, you feel the need to guard your heart, but there could be someone really great out there for you. When you're ready, I hope you're able to give them a chance. His eyes flit to you for the briefest of moments, before they flit back to the pathway. I'll do my damnedest. Anyway, all of that feels like eons ago. Nothing like running a no-goes to make the past come rushing back. I'm sure. Working on the show keeps me busy, though. I gotta focus on other people and to fix their issues. The show seems to be doing you, good, to be honest. Why? Because I'm no longer making interns cry? Listen, interns are interns for a reason. What do you want? It's a good start. The two of you keep walking, finding yourselves under a tall tree illuminated with strands of fairy lights. I'll be honest, I wasn't sure how it'd play out when we hired you for the show. But there's something about you that fits into it naturally. You know how to relate to people, get at the heart of what's eating at them. Is that a rare compliment from Everett Flint? Because if so, keep them coming. I think I'll ration my compliments for now. Someone's got to keep her ego in check. I don't think my ego is in any danger of getting inflated with you around. You both laugh. He holds your gaze as he reaches for your hand, and you let him intertwine your fingers, his palm warm against yours, the garden's light sparkling in his eyes. Kiss him. You close the distance between you in an instant, getting a quick glimpse of shimmer in his eyes before you capture his lips with yours. Lucy. You feel him smile against you, meeting each of your languid movements with his own. There, under the illuminated tree, the lights cast beautiful, colorful shadows around you as you lose track of time, breathing in each other. When you pull away for air, Everett holds you near. Wait. Everett moves in again, and you follow willingly, letting your mind shut off the outside world so you can focus only on him. You tilt your head back, favoring the way. Everett deepens the kiss and pulls you closer. You feel weightless in his embrace. Yeah, I could definitely get used to receiving compliments. He shakes his head, amused, and drops one last kiss on your lips before pulling away. You resume walking down the path, hand in hand. As you resume your exploration of the gardens, an unwelcome memory of Zara pops into your head. Everett is getting his temper under control, but if I give Zara what she wants, won't that put all that at jeopardy? You try to put the looming thoughts out of your mind, taking in the views of the illuminated garden, hoping to let all the worries fall away. The next few days pass in a blur as the whole team collaborates to bring the new vision of Kenshin Shah to life. In the kitchen, you and Everett curate the perfect menu of pairings. If this doesn't get the whole ward through the doors, I don't know what will. What do you two think? I defer to the expert chef on my team. And I say that I approve. Meanwhile, the design and construction team finishes up the makeover. Looking good, everyone. The light fixture was a great call, Vivian. Looks like some kind of, I don't know, celestial body? Or a honeycomb. How's the underground word-of-mouth campaign going, Julia? You won't believe this, but Kenshin Shah is officially booked out all of next week. Before you know it, your work at Kenshin Shah has come to an end. Instead of the grand reopening, the two brothers have organized an intimate private dinner for the cast and crew. I know this is different from how you typically do things, but we wanted to focus on celebrating the work we've done together. And on that note, please enjoy our new tasting menu created in collaboration with your culinary team. Eat to your heart's content. And with that, the servers emerge from the kitchens with dishes of delicious food. You spot their classic okonomiyaki dish served as the final touch. They've gone all out. Let's hope they're able to keep this streak going when we're not around. The bell hanging over the front door rings out and everyone turns to see a fashionable, formidable-looking man step into the restaurant. Got room for one more? Oh, welcome, everyone. This is Kenshin Shah's new owner, Ryo. As Yosuke looks between the new guest and his brother anxiously, you see Zara grin and push in with the cameras, ready to capture any drama. I'm sorry, Kaido. I didn't know he planned on dropping in today, I swear. Don't apologize, I invited him myself. You did, but I thought... He's our new partner. Of course he should be here for the celebration. I love what you've done with this place. From first impressions, it's truly wonderful. Yosuke appears frozen in place as Kaido bows with a grin, inviting Ryo to take his time inspecting the remodel. Don't be surprised, Aniki. I've grown a lot in the past few days. I'm sorry I didn't see it at first, but you saved our restaurant by bringing him in. Sometimes good things demand compromise. And I'll include you from this day forward. There, his eyes start to water, and he throws his arms around Kaido in an embrace. Their bonds are so special. I'm proud of them for recognizing that. The brothers warmly usher Ryo to a seat, chatting to him excitedly about the new changes they've made. Nearby, you spot Everett looking at them with pride. It might have hurt at first, but Kaido eventually realized that Yosuke did what he did for the restaurant to survive. Zara's doing the same thing with filming. No, I'd never go behind his back. It's not the same thing, though. Not the same thing at all. You try to push any anxieties out of your mind and enjoy the rest of the evening with the whole crew. The celebration dinner goes on late into the night. After your success in Tokyo, it's finally time for to board your flight to Morocco. You're almost at the gate when... Lucy, we need to talk. Oh god, I could have gone 5 more minutes without knowing you existed. I know, Zara, the last episode wasn't exactly what you wanted. It wasn't anything close to what I wanted. You try not to cringe away from her steely gaze. We have a lot on the line here. The execs are breathing down my neck to ensure the show is a proper investment. They need it to believe the show is ratings gold, which means we need the footage to prove it yesterday. But you're out of chances, Lucy, and I'm out of patience. Either you get a rise out of Everett, or you'll be thrown off the set immediately. Yeah, kiss my ass. You created 5 out of 10 recipes for your cookbook. We love to see you recreate the dishes. Blah, 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 blah. Save today's recipe by taking a screenshot. Yeah, it's very specific, you know? Or just go Google the goddamn name of the dish and someone will help you, I'm sure. Because, you know, them thinking that, you know, telling you the ingredients is gonna make you help make you make a dish. Anyway, without further ado, sorry. Well, you know what, we'll get to that here in a minute. Like, share, and subscribe. Okay, leave a comment. Let me know what your thoughts on it and the whole 9 yards. But otherwise, sorry about being late. I know. Shut up. No, I'm kidding. So pretty much there's been a lot going on, right? I just started catching up on this. We got 6 chapters rolled out. And I was doing pretty well, right? Don't get me wrong. And I was doing pretty good. Long story short is real life happens, right? Real life always has a wonderful way of catching up to you, right? And I know I was going pretty strong. I was getting one out every couple days, there for the first 6 chapters, but sometimes real life calls. You know, real life does have a way of kicking your ass, right? And it wasn't like, oh, hey, you've been putting off responsibilities. It's just, you know, I have health things that I have to go to, appointments. I've had to step up my training and things like that. So clearly, with a little bit of free time this evening, I decided to jump back on the horse for this and get it done. So I'm going to try and be more resilient about doing that. So look forward to more chapters here in the coming days. But without further ado, love your beautiful faces. Thank you for, holding steadfast. Thank you for being there. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all later. Peace out.